Do you know what time it is? It is Euros prediction time. Let's get right into it. Group A, the home team, Germany, Scotland, Hungary, Switzerland. We're going to go top of the group, Germany. Come on, lads. Germany. This is one of the best sides in the world, in my opinion, if not the best side in the world. They just had Borussia Dortmund get to the Champions League final. I understand you're about to say, oh, they only had 4 players that are going to be selected. But keep in mind, this is a very well-rounded side. And to be honest, the only problem they have is going to be the striker position and possibly the left-back position. And the striker position, they got Füllkrug, who just started in the Champions League final, and Kai Havertz, who finished off the season fairly well for Arsenal. Aside from that, they have Musiala on Leroy Sané that will be running the wings. They got the likes of Toni Kroos, Gundogan, Kimmich that could all play central midfielder. You're going to end up having probably Kimmich play right midfielder. They still have Wirtz as well. Kimmich is going to be playing right back most likely. They have Rudiger, who just won the Champions League. You also got, the Dortmund center backs as well. They're going to be there for selection. It's still a very well-rounded team, in my opinion. And it's the one to watch. Second place, Switzerland. Switzerland has way more quality than Scotland and Hungary in my eyes. And then I'm going to go Scotland third, Hungary fourth. No possibility for them to get through. Over here, I'm going to go Spain number 1. The thing about Spain is they always have a stacked midfielder. And this time they're going to have explosive wingers. 2 young guys in Yamal and Williams, which is going to be very exciting for the Spanish team because obviously they haven't really had that explosive winger since Villa. Villa played more of a striker, so it's going to be very interesting to see, and I think it's all going to come down to how Alvaro Morata is going to finish what is given to him on his plate. Second place, we're going to go Italy. Italy has a lot of fantastic players still on that squad, and they're going to look to make a bounce back after some disappointing tournaments. Obviously, they did win the last Euros, but aside from the Euros, they have been very disappointing. Now, they got the likes of Barella, Bastoni, Di Marco, tons of quality, and I think this Italy team is going to be something special. Third place is going to be Croatia. I think it's going to be one of the last time Croatia make the knockout stages. They are coming to an end to that golden era, but they still have top quality teams like Guardiola. Top quality players like Guardiola, Kovacic, Modric still. Perisic is still around. Tons of quality still to be able to make a run here. England. Lots of controversy on the squad they selected, but they're going to still top the group no matter what. Then we're going to go Serbia, then Denmark right there. Group D, think this one's a no-brainer. France tops the group, one of the best teams in the world, if not the best. Netherlands having a problem with striker. Who will be the striker? Will be Depay, Malen, Gakpo, Weghorst. Tons of options, but no clear, definite answer to that. And then we're going to go Austria and then Poland. The problem with Poland is Lewandowski is not the same. And tons of that generation that was sending, Poland to the knockout stages of the Euros and the World Cups are coming to an end. These lads are getting older, and I believe it's going to be a time to have a little bit of a recession there. And obviously, management could be better. Ralph Ragnick, come on, lads. Anyways, I think this is the number 1 dark horse that isn't talked about. Belgium. And then we're going to go Ukraine and then Slovakia. So the problem that I have here with Belgium is Belgium has no pressure. No pressure. They have had nothing but pressure for the past 10 years. And now finally they won't have pressure. And I believe this is going to be their best ever tournament. Keep that in mind. Because when you have no pressure, sky's the limit, man. Portugal. Easy group. They're going to top it. 3 wins out of 3. No problemo. Turkey gets second. And then Czech Republic will get third. Portugal have an insanely talented team. And it's all going to rely on Cristiano Ronaldo, how he will play. Obviously, Ronaldo hasn't been too used to playing on a stacked team where he isn't the number 1 guy like he has been for the past 20 years basically at Portugal. So it's going to be very interesting how he adapts to all the talent that he has. Imagine if Ronaldo from 10 years ago was playing right now. This team would win the Euros by a mile, but unfortunately it's not the case. Third place teams that I will be selecting, consider this. It's not about who's the best teams here. It's about who will get the most points. I think Croatia will be one of those. We're going to go Austria as well. Slovakia, and Denmark will be the teams. So this is now the round of 16. We have Germany versus Serbia. This is going to be a little, a little complicated for Germany, but I think it would be something like 3-1, where the first half it might be 1-1, and then Germany takes over in the second half. Switzerland, Italy. Italy will get through right there. I believe Italy this time are going to have a decent tournament. It seems like in the Euros they always turn up, but for everything else lately, they just do not do. Spain, Slovakia, very easy draw for Spain, which will lead them to playing against Germany. I don't think Slovakia is a very good team. Spain, on the other hand, has a extremely underrated team. Right there, they get through. England, Austria. Still, we don't get into the problems that I have with the called-up England squad. That doesn't get to them yet. Austria doesn't have enough quality to expose the problems that they're going to be having. Portugal, Denmark. Portugal gets through. Very easy. Little draw for them right there. Portugal end up getting through. Netherlands, Ukraine. As much as I like to see Ukraine do well this tournament, they do have some decent players like Lunin, who just broke into that Real Madrid squad. Zinchenko, still a leader of that team. Mudryk, a 95 billion pound player, not for no reason. Maybe he could finally show his worth there. Tons of quality around that team. But Netherlands, aside from the striker position, is stacked. Keep that in mind. Belgium, Croatia, the end of the golden generation for both sides here, but I believe Belgium still has a decent side. They will be getting through. And then it will be France versus Turkey. Easy match right there for France. It might be very embarrassing for Turkey. Now, this is where we get a little controversial, though. I got to put the hand up because I know that the comments are coming for me. But when this happens, don't be surprised. Spain versus Germany. Germany will get through. Spain have a problem at striker. A way bigger problem than Germany. And as well, Spain has had a lot of players from that little golden generation just leave. The likes of Ramos, Busquets still. That were key players for them in the last World Cup. And they still need to adapt. Germany, in my opinion, have finally revolutionized their game. And they have the new generation. Obviously, it's Toni Kroos's last run for it. But I believe Germany will get through that one comfortably. I think they'll have more problems against Serbia than Spain. Hot take right there. Portugal, Netherlands. I think Portugal will get through. It'll end up coming down to Wout Weghorst versus Cristiano Ronaldo. The Erik ten Hag little battle, because Erik ten Hag chose Wout Weghorst over him. And I believe Cristiano Ronaldo and Portugal will get through to the semifinals right there. Belgium versus France. Here we go. Here's the start. I'm going to go Belgium. You might be saying, are you crazy? Courtois not even called up. But we know that there's problems in that locker room between Courtois and De Bruyne. And this time we only have De Bruyne. Obviously, this team is going to lack quality in goal because you can't get any better than Courtois. But look at this team, man. It's going to be Lukaku striker, Doku, Trossard. You still have Carrasco off the bench. You're going to have De Bruyne, lads. This is a very underrated side. Very underrated. That attack, in my opinion, has the possibility of beating out France, man. And that French team, for some reason, Saliba, who in my opinion is a top 3 center back in the world, isn't going to be considered a start. We're going to see Upamecano and Konate. Upamecano and Konate, lads, while you have Saliba on the bench. Mate, that is like having two, Honda Civics, right? And you're going to go on a date with some girl and you're not going to take the Rolls Royce, lad. Take the Rolls Royce. What are you doing? Do you want to get the girl or not? And that's what France is doing right there. And obviously, Kylian Mbappe, every time he gets on the podium and talks, he's talking about how unhappy he is at PSG. His mind is not all there at the French team. Right now, his head is in Madrid while he's playing for France. Keep that in mind. So he's not going to be playing at his best, in my opinion. So Belgium's going to get through. French team is going to lose. And Mbappe is going to be scrutinized more than he's ever been by the French, by the country of France. So it's going to be very interesting to see what happens there. But this French team will not make it to the semifinals. Belgium will take care of them. England, Italy, right here, right? The revenge for England in that final. I believe they get it just because Italy's not that same team from the final, right? But there's so many problems here. Many problems with England that I have with this squad that's going to stop them from glory. Spoiler alert. But here, Germany, Portugal. I am a huge Cristiano Ronaldo fan. I'm going to have to admit it. But Germany, man, is quality. quality. And this isn't the same Ronaldo that we've seen for the past 20 years, right? So, Kai Havertz and Füllkrug versus Cristiano Ronaldo, you have to admit that the striking options for Germany are going to be better. And I believe both of those lads are better than Ramos as well. That Ramos lad is a fraud. Went for a huge feat at PSG and has been nothing but underwhelming. Now, Cristiano Ronaldo, in my opinion, is the better option there. We'll get them to the semis. But Germany just all-rounded, man. This is a very great side. And obviously, Germany has Portugal's number either way. I can't remember the last time Germany lost to Portugal in a competitive match that isn't a friendly. So Germany gets to the final. Belgium, England. I'm going Belgium. Now the English fans, anybody right now is probably losing their minds. But the thing is, England just called up their squad, right? Their official squad, and they left out some pretty big names. And I'm gonna say it right now, it's absolutely phenomenal how Gareth Southgate has ruined this generation right here, because this team should do nothing more than win this tournament. And they have the likes of Jude Bellingham, Champions League winner, Declan Rice, the second best CDM in the world. You've got Bukayo Saka, an exciting winger. Cole Palmer just burst onto the scene. The player of the year in the Premier League and Phil Foden. Harry Kane, he's got Golden Boot in Germany. And he's going to manage to fumble it. Because in the back, we're going to see the likes of Lewis Dunk, John Stones, who isn't even fit yet. And if not, Guehi from Crystal Palace, right? Listen to this. When you had a young center back who was a top 7 center back in the Premier League in Braithwaite, and you don't even bring the lad. For some reason, Joe Gomez apparently can bring more to the squad than Braithwaite. Absolutely terrible decision from Gareth Southgate right there. That should have been your second center back alongside John Stones right there. 2 Everton lads right there. 2 Toffees. That should have been it. On the right, you're going to have most likely Kyle Walker, right? That's the best part of the defense. John Stones has come back from injury, which you shouldn't trust completely. Lewis Dunker, Mark Guehi on the left center back, which will be a problem for them. Left back, it's going to be, Luke Shaw if fit. So half your defense, it's if fit. Oh, coming back from injury. And if not, you're going to have either Joe Gomez and Kieran Trippier. And Kieran Trippier is also possibly injured as well. So it's like, Joe, imagine this. This is a case scenario that's very possible. Joe Gomez, Lewis Dunk, John Stones, Kyle Walker. Mate, they are going to get these England games are going to be 5-4, 6-3. They're going to concede a bunch. They're going to have to score tons of goals, but they're going to be conceding a bunch. Now, in the midfield, it's going to most likely be either a variation of Rice and Bellingham, I believe, will be the 2 pivots right there. Throughout the group stage. I think once they start playing more quality teams, you're going to look into bringing in either Trent, Kobe Mainu, or Charlie Warden into the mix. But at the moment, I believe it'll be Rice, Bellingham, see how that goes. The second they drop points, they're changing that ASAP. And then we're going to see Phil Foden either on the left or Cam, and then Cole Palmer possibly on the left or Cam, and then Bukayo Saka on the right, Harry Kane striker. But I just think that defense needs to be sorted. You had a phenomenal center back, and you didn't even call Harry Maguire up as well, which I believe Harry Maguire is better than Lewis Dunk and Mark Guehi. And I'm a huge United hater, huge, and I'm an Arsenal fan, and I'm telling you this right now. It's absolute. As an Arsenal fan, I also think that James Maddison should have been called up. James Maddison and Braithwaite should be there, and Joe Gomez has no business there. I don't think Warden should have been called up over James Maddison. I don't think he's a better player than James Maddison. And I'm an Arsenal fan. He's a Tottenham lad. And I'm telling you this right now. That's what should have happened. But, I don't make the decisions there. Germany, Belgium. This little happy little run that Belgium's in ends. Germany wins it at home. Now, for the awards, top goal scorer, I'm going to go with... I'm going to say Lukaku. Lukaku ends up having top goal scorer, and he ends up getting a move to Napoli because of this, and Osimhen gets a Premier League move, and then they're going to be like, look, we got the top goal scorer. The second option that you could also say is obviously Harry Kane. You get to the semifinals, Harry Kane's going to bag in a lot of goals. Player of the tournament, it's going to be, I believe it's going to be Toni Kroos. And then the other option, I believe that will be a phenomenal player. This it's going to be Kevin De Bruyne. I think Kevin De Bruyne is going to have that little last dance where he's going to go absolutely crazy in this tournament. And then a young player of the tournament, we're going to go Doku or runner-up Jude Bellingham. Obviously, you get to the semifinals there. And then the dark horse, obviously, I'm going Belgium. And another surprise team, I guess you could say. Yeah, that's it. You could just say Belgium getting all the way through. It seems like every team's going to win. There's not much shock aside from Belgium. But anyways, make sure to leave a like and subscribe for more videos, and leave a comment down below on what you think I got wrong or what you think I got right. So give me my praise as well when Belgium make a big run, because I think they have the squad to do it this time. But anyways, thank you guys for watching.